And this, children, is prime numbers. What is a prime number? Jaden?
A number with one or two or more factors.
Nope. It's a number that has, listen to this, exactly and only, ladies and gentlemen, two factors. Not two or more, but exactly and only two factors. I'll give you a chance to write that down. Then unfortunately, I'm going to switch back to the other screen because we've already done some of this work and I don't want to do it again. Looking at the factors that we did here, which of these numbers are prime? And be very careful with this. This is one that's always kind of a confused one. It has to have exactly and only two numbers. Exactly and only two numbers, Lainey.
Two.
2 is 1. Now make sure 1 is not a prime number. So when they say list the first whatever prime numbers, you always start with 2. And then Brooklyn,
3.
and 5,
7.
and 7, and, oh, that's all we have right there. How about 9, no? 11? Okay. Now some important things to remember as you think about prime numbers. 2 is the one and only, the single even number that is a prime number. Any other even number other than 2 is not going to be prime. Let's say I have 80. Right off the bat, I know 80 is not a prime number because every even number can be divided by 2, cut in half. So if you see an even number automatically, unless it's 2, it is not prime. The other thing probably to know is that, if you get like a number like 111, okay, just because a number's odd doesn't mean it's prime because we've got the number 9, which is odd, and that's not prime. Is 111 a prime number or not? Well, the only thing you have to think about is there some number besides 1 that will go into 111? In which case, have we talked about rules of divisibility?
Yeah.
How do we know if 3 goes into a number? Remember? How do you know if 111 can be divided by 3 evenly? This is probably a lesson for another day, but I thought maybe we did it. I must have been confused with the other smarter class.
If it adds up to 3.
Well, if it's called the sum of the digits, we've never heard that before. If you add up its digits, what's 1 plus 1 plus 1? If your sum can be divided by 3, that means that number can be divided by 3. So this actually has 1 and 3. 3 times somebody gives you that. We know what it is? 3 times 37. What that? So that's neither here nor there. So this is a prime number, not a prime number. What else? Another thing you can think about when you think about prime numbers, and I'm going to give the book this little thing here. When you think about how many different factors something has, let's say the number 12, here's something to think about. Well, let's not say the number 12, let's say the number 8. If you have the number 8, when you talk about factors, you can always think about it like blocks. 1 times 8 means you have 1 row of blocks that has 8 blocks here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. you know something's a prime number if this is the only rectangle you can make using that number of blocks. Is there another rectangle? If I have 8 blocks, I can lay them side by side by side by side by side and make a rectangle. Or, what could be the dimensions of another rectangle that I could make? Brianna?
Like 2 blocks on the
Right.
side and then
It would be 2 blocks. And you could keep going by 2s until you get to, what am I at? What am I at now? Oh, I went way past. Did I go past? That's why we have the undo button. 2 times what? 2 blocks, 4y. And that's why with 24, how many different rectangles could you make if you laid 24 blocks? Well, you could have 1 by 24, you could have a 2 by 12, you could have a 3 by 8, you could have a 4 by 6, you got all different rectangles. All right, for tomorrow.